All right, so let's talk about number 13 on sequence 2. So number 13 on sequence 2, they say that the first row of theater has 36 seats. So I know that A1 is 36 because there's 36 seats in the first row. And each successive row has 2 additional seats, so that's giving me my common difference, which is 2. And the theater has a total of 3,000 seats, so that's the sum of all the seats. So I know the sum is 3,000. And it wants to know how many seats there are in the last row. So AN is what they're asking me to find. Oops, you can't see that. AN is what they're asking me to find. All right, so let's see what we know here. So we have our 2 equations that we can use. AN equals A1 plus N minus 1 times the common difference, or the sum is N over 2 times A1 plus AN. All right, those are the only 2 equations we know. So it's the only 2 things that we could possibly work with. So let's check it out. Well, AN I don't know because that's what they're asking me to find. A1 I know is 36. I don't know N, but I know D. So I have 2 variables that I have here that I don't know. So I can't solve this one. SN I know is 3,000. I don't know N. I know A1, but I don't know AN here. So here I have 2 variables I don't know. But I have 2 equations and 2 variables, so I could actually solve this using simultaneous equations. So let's go ahead and fill in what we know. Well, on this one here, I know that AN equals 36 plus N minus 1 times my common difference is 2. Let's go ahead and simplify this equation. I'm going to get 36 plus 2N minus 2. So AN is going to be 2N plus 34. So now I know what AN is. Let's go ahead and jump over to this equation and fill in what we know. Well, this is 3,000 and over 2. A1 is 36 plus, well, I don't know AN, but I have an expression over here for AN. So let's substitute this expression in here. So this will be 2N plus 34. All right, let's go ahead and simplify this equation. So 36 and 34, that will be 70 plus 2N. And I can go ahead and distribute this. This will be 3,000 equals 35N plus, this will be 2N squared over 2, so it'll just be N squared. All right. Wow, this looks like a quadratic. So let's go ahead and put it in standard form and see if we can factor it. N squared plus 35N minus 3,000 equals 0. Now, these are kind of big numbers, so it might take a little trial and error for you to actually get this one. I've obviously done it out before. So I know that N here, 75 and 40 will work. 75 times 40 gives me the 3,000, and I need to get to a positive 35. So if my 75 is positive and my 40 is negative, that would give me a positive 35 there. So now I know that N is negative 75 or N is positive 40. Well, I can't have a negative 75 number of rows, so I know that it can't be that. So I know that my number of rows is 40. So up here, I can add this to my list, N equals 40. Well, that's terrific, but it didn't ask me what N it is. It asked me what A of N is. So now I have to go back to this formula and say AN equals 2 times 40 plus 34. This is going to give me 80 plus 34, so 114. So there'll be 114 seats in the last row. If you have any questions, let me know.